30 Rockers, and welcome back to 30 Rock. Today is day 284 on my journey towards better health through a raw foods lifestyle. And today is day one of our 30-day kickstart to kind of reinitiate and to get going again on this journey towards better health. I know some of you joined me on 10-10-10, some of you joined me today, some of you started back on the 1st or 2nd of October, and I'm happy to say that I am raw again, and it feels good. Day one went as planned. It was easy, like I knew it would be, because I've done it once before. Day one typically has the least amount of temptations for me anyway, because it's day one. You know, I mean, I saw a commercial for bread and went, bread. But that didn't last for more than a few seconds. But it was a good day. It was a day that I kept very simple, and I did that on purpose because I didn't want to get overwhelmed. So I pre-planned a lot of things. Tomorrow I'm going to add wheatgrass juice back into my diet, which I've done before, and so I've got some fresh, beautiful looking wheatgrass, and I'll be adding that into my diet tomorrow. But today I wanted to be as normal as possible, and just to be able to start out with some fresh fruits, and then more fruit throughout the day, and a beautiful salad at night, and some lemon juice along the way, and just to try to keep things very simple. Now, one of the things that's not in season right now are pomegranates, and I love pomegranates. So I did also have some pomegranate juice. Now, it's pasteurized juice, so not raw. However, it is 100% fresh pressed natural juice, and so it was one of those things that, you know, I kind of did this juggling act, like, okay, is it a slippery slope? And I said, you know, I think if you limit yourself to juices that you can't get right now, and as long as they are what they say they are, there's nothing added, and you know what you're getting, and if it serves a purpose, which for me is antioxidants, and I didn't have time to make my own juice today, that was a balance that I was okay with. Now, one of the things that I wanted to share with you a little bit, you know, as this starts, is that, you know, I'm expecting to go through this detoxification again. And, you know, last time it started day 3. I've heard that the next time, you know, if you've gone raw before or if you've detoxed before, that it can happen sooner because your body kind of knows what's in store for it. So I'm curious to know what happens for you, because I know many of you who are doing this with me have, you know, been raw, been clean before, and now you're doing it again. So I don't know if it's going to hit tomorrow or the next day, but I know that there will be some detoxification happening, and I look forward to it from a purely on paper point of view, from what I remember of last time, dreaming of ham and just having other, you know, issues to deal with. I'm not looking forward to that part of it. So when I was a very young boy, actually at the time, my very first job for a company was landscaping. And one of the first jobs I was ever put on was we were building this enormous fence. I mean, just enormous. And I got introduced to a medieval tool called a post hole digger. If you're not familiar with a post hole digger, it is basically 2 shovels that are connected with a hinge in the middle. So you hold it like this, you punch down into the ground, you pull apart to pull the earth, and then you pull it out and you push it together to drop the earth, and then you repeat. And I live in a cold climate, so we're in Minnesota, so if you're building a fence or a deck or anything like that, you need to go below the frost line. So all of the post holes for our fence had to be 48 inches deep, so 4 feet deep. And that's a deep hole, especially when you're talking about a 12, 13-year-old boy. And I remember being on this job, and I remember being shown how to use this post hole digger, and I was excited about, you know, having a job and this opportunity in the summertime. And I remember digging my first hole and got through this first one, and, you know, you hit rocks. It's not like you're digging in a golf course. I mean, it was, you know, there's all sorts of junk and that you're running into. And I got the first one done, and I moved on to the second one, and I was with another guy who was quite a bit older than I was, and he was just complaining. I mean, he was looking down the row at all of the post holes that we had to dig, and was just talking about how this was horrible and this was rotten and all this stuff. And I just remember looking back at my first well done post hole that I had dug and thinking, I can do this. This isn't a big deal. I'm going to do it one at a time. And yeah, it's a long line ahead of us, but I can only dig one hole at a time, so that's all I'm going to dig. And I didn't really worry about it a whole lot. And that's really what it's like on this journey. I mean, we can say 30 days is a long time, or 60 or 90, or the rest of our lives in trying to get healthy. The fact of the matter is that if we don't dig these post holes, we're not going to get healthier. And so we got to dig them one at a time. And for us, each day is a new post hole. And so I'm glad you're with me. I appreciate all your support, and I hope that I can support you back in any way that I possibly can. But each day we just need to dig that hole for our future, for our health, and for what it is that we're trying to achieve. And don't worry about that long line of holes in front of us. Just dig today's. And so until tomorrow, keep making great choices out there, and rock on.